Well, hello, Denton. This is Jake Laughlin bringing you another episode of Discover Denton, the show brought to you by the Convention and Visitors Bureau, highlighting events around Denton. This week, we have Kim Phillips of the CVB back from vacation, and while Kim was away, she had an experience that inspired today's episode. Kim has been working on a project for some time now, and she has chosen today to reveal it to the public. So, here is Kim Phillips.
So, it's good to be back in Denton. My husband and I have just returned from our 10-year anniversary road trip, which we called Road Trip 2013. Took us clear across the United States. We left Texas and drove over to the East Coast, went north on the East Coast all the way up to Pennsylvania, where our son lives, and visited there for a while. Headed back down to the Smoky Mountains, did a little hiking, and then came back to Texas. We would have missed Denton a whole lot more if it weren't for DentonRadio.com, though, I'll tell you. Because the coolest thing, you don't have to be in Denton to listen to the radio station. All of you people, you know this. But spread the word. I keep running into people who don't get the fact that it's DentonRadio.com. You don't have to be in Denton to listen to it. It goes with you. So, just like Pandora, I had my own Pandora that was all Denton music, all of our Denton artists, and it was awesome. So we listened to it, changed genres based on what kind of a mood we were in, and listened to it all the way across the country. So spread the news. But you know, another thing I wanted to tell you about, while I was on vacation, I had a really unusual experience. Hopefully all of you out there are going to hear the story and think, oh, that's not unusual. That's the way everybody really is. I wish that was the case, but I've had more experiences where people didn't act like this. Let me tell you the story. We were in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and it was the day we were leaving to come back to Texas. We had staying in a cabin up in the mountains there, and didn't even fix breakfast or anything. We just threw everything in the car because we had a 16-hour drive to get back to Texas, and we were going to make it all in one day. So it was very early in the morning, and we stopped at a Dunkin' Donut just at the outskirts of Gatlinburg, walked in, got some coffee and so forth to hit the road with. We got about, 3 hours from Gatlinburg when I suddenly sat straight up and saw myself in my mind's eye leaving my wallet in the restroom at Dunkin' Donuts. Now, think about it, whether it's your purse, your wallet, man, woman, you know that feeling when it comes over you, and it's horrible. You're thinking driver's license, stolen identity, credit cards, cash, and in this case, there was cash because we were on vacation. Everything left in that bathroom. So I immediately get on my phone, start looking up Dunkin' Donuts, Gatlinburg, find the phone number and call. The person that answered, I said, hello, my name is Kim Phillips, and I'm calling because I was in there early this morning when you first opened, and I left my wallet, and the person finished my sentence for me and said, in the restroom. Don't worry, I have it. And I said, oh, seriously? Someone turned it in? Yep, someone turned it in, and I've got it already sealed for you, and it's waiting for you. And I said, well, here's the deal. I am 3 hours away from Gatlinburg already. We can't turn around and come back. Would it be possible for you to mail it? And the person kind of stalled for a minute and said, well, like that's an unusual request. And I said, look, it's got everything in it. Driver's license, everything. I can't even drive a car without it. And I really need, if somebody could just send it to me, I'll pay for it. You can use the cash that's in the wallet. Well, this guy goes on to explain to me that well, I've already sealed it in an evidence bag, which basically meant the cameras watched him retrieve that wallet, put it into an evidence bag, to put it into the safe to wait for me to come and claim it. And he said, I can't open it, but let me see what I can figure out. And this is where the story gets interesting, because here's just this average person that works at Dunkin' Donuts that all of a sudden took on my case and was working on my behalf. Called a UPS place, figured out where to go, what to do, and how to get my wallet back to me so that it could be in my hands in time for me to come to work the next day. In other words, it would basically be waiting for me in Texas. And this guy went way above and beyond, had to actually get in his own car, drive to the next town over from Gatlinburg in order to do this. But the long short of it is I got my wallet back in less than 24 hours. and it had everything in it down to the last penny. Nothing was missing. And first of all, to the person that found it in the restroom and turned it in, and secondly, to the manager of this Dunkin' Donuts that went to all this trouble and basically saved. You know what it's like. I've had things stolen out of my wallet. I've had my wallet stolen, my purse stolen. You know what it takes, the effort that has to go into putting it all back together, trying to find out, did somebody steal my identity? Have they charged anything on my credit cards? Canceling credit cards? Oh my gosh, it's a pain. You know what I mean. This person saved me from all of that. Of course, I came home and wrote a thank you note and sent them a little gift of thanks. But the point is that people out there, there's still a lot of people out there that will do this for other people. They're thinking about another person. They're not thinking about, oh, wow, this is my lucky day. Somebody's wallet just fell in my lap, so now it's mine. Nope, it's not theirs. They just found someone else's thing and turned it in. Well, about a few hours later, while we were still en route back to Texas, we stopped at a Dairy Queen to grab a bite to eat. And lo and behold, did we not get the chance to pay it forward right there. Because in the table next to us were two young men. And when they left, as we were getting ready to leave, we noticed, oh, wow, there's an iPhone sitting on that table. Now, I recently had my iPhone stolen, too. And that is almost as big a pain as trying to replace your identification. And so I picked up the phone. We made sure that nobody was around watching me pick up the phone to think, oh, there's my phone. And instead of just handing it to somebody that worked at the Dairy Queen, we asked for the manager. Manager came out. We gave the manager the iPhone. And when she came out, actually, she looked very harried and very worried. And as she came out, she said, I'm sorry, I've got someone on the phone that I'm dealing with. Can you wait? And I said, we just want to hand you this phone that we found. And she said, oh my gosh, that's what I'm on the phone about. This young man is just petrified that he's lost his phone. So we were able to pay it forward. And we told the manager at Dunkin' Donuts about that same incident. The person at Dunkin' Donuts just said, when I asked, how can I thank you for everything that you've done? And he said, did you have a good time in Gatlinburg? Oh, yeah, we had a great time. These are all the things that we did while we were here. Well, that's all that matters. I just want to make sure that your good time keeps going long after you've left here. And Gatlinburg's not Denton. My heart is in Denton. But for Denton to be that kind of a place for others who visit here, that is my dream. We have a new program that we're going to be launching in May called Denton Originals. And it's all about customer service that goes above and beyond. It goes the extra mile for people. And it's a way of thinking more than it is a technique you learn. You either think that way or you don't. But having just encountered it so freshly in a place that who knows if I'll ever go there again. But all that mattered was that I left there with a good feeling about it. And that's what we want to have happen in Denton. All of us do. But, the other thing I want to say is I want to always be known as a person with that level of integrity. And I know you probably do too. It's good to be back in Denton. That was a great story and it was a great trip, but home is home and this is home. And the cool thing is that no matter where we go in the world, we can take Denton with us now, thanks to DentonRadio.com. See you next week.
There you have it. That was this week's episode of Discover Denton. A big thanks to Kim Phillips of the Convention and Visitors Bureau. I'm Jake Laughlin, your host. Make sure you stick around after Discover Denton today to hear our new show, Transit Talk by the DCTA. And as always, make sure you join us next week where we will be bringing you more highlights of our original and independent city. And in the meantime, go enjoy Denton.